handstand push up, all the calisthenics things. So, but I'm happy. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared.
A lot of people dread aging. I think
No.
somewhere in my 30s, I started to feel really good about aging, knowing that I was going to be better with the time. It's a good feeling to know that things are getting better.
Yeah.
I was able to do the shoulder press yesterday with about took like 2 minutes to be able to prepare myself for it. It wasn't the perfect one. My elbows can be a little bit straighter, but I wanted to do that for so long, for so many years, and now I've tried it like 3 times in the last maybe this year, and each time I can do it with 2 minutes preparation.
You
Without,
had it
without
when I was in Montenegro when we were together.
yeah,
I've done my first one there, and I think you showed me yours as well.
yeah, yeah. I did one with Nico because he was like, I wonder if he's like, do it, and I was like, yeah. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. Then I just did it. Hadn't done one in months before that, but we should be like that. We should be looking forward to the years coming, uh, because we know that we're doing the work. We know we're getting better. Big wins this month. I got some stuff to share, but I want to hear from some of you. Challenges. What did you get through this month that you're proud of? There's a big event in France. Do
I'll
you want to
step
share it?
in then, Keegan.
There we go.
Yeah, so I kind of jumped in and I wanted to really push myself and just bring out any kind of new income. And I took, something kind of random and brought it to life, which has been Christmas light decorating on people's houses. And it kind of makes me laugh to think that I've been actually doing this. But it turned from some crazy idea into the most money I've ever made in a month, and it's still ongoing. And I've got my brother and his friend doing it in another county. I've got other friends helping me, so it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but it's been fun. It's been exciting.
Wow, that's cool. That's a good business idea. Yeah, I've never heard of. Well, I don't remember anyone else doing anyone else's lights in the past. Makes sense. Well done. Once you start looking at the world through an entrepreneurial lens, there's opportunity everywhere, infinite opportunity. It's a better lens to look at the world through, because otherwise you can't build really solutions, can you? I was just listening to a little bit of Elon Musk getting interrogated on some New York Times thing, and whatever you think of him and the New York Times, that he can build whatever solutions he wants, and that's on a micro level. That's how it feels now. It's a better way. Here, one or two more. Share there in the
Yeah.
chat box as well. Yeah.
Okay. Um, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Start of the month. Did a squat holiday for the second time. So the 6 day squat challenge, and yeah, it was really good. I did it about 5 years ago. And my top numbers for the heaviest you go, the sets of 3 reps was 113, and I started at 83 this time on the first day and got up to 112.5 on the 6th day, which I think the strength is there, but it does a lot to unlock sort of the movement pattern over the 6 days. So, but just getting that, like, it actually gave me a lot of, like, returned a lot of confidence in just lifting heavy and feeling stronger and that sort of thing, because your numbers sort of progressively go up. So yeah, that was a big one for me.
Yeah. Massive. It's a good experience, and it is good to see that your numbers go up as you go. Even that experience in itself, people experience it with TFE as well, thinking like, "Oh, I'm going to get really fatigued. I'm going to get worse," and you just keep getting better. Fabien's been the ultimate explorer of that over the last few months, getting to his 10,000 reps in a day, but with the handstand push-up and such as well. Well done, Cody. It's it's good feeling, good diligence. It's a good mental one as well to put yourself through that journey. How did you go with the mental side of just continuing to go back to the bar so regularly?
I think part of me feels sort of safe with it, because there's only one thing I have to do. Like, I'm just squatting, so just keeping it simple.
Yeah,
it's sort of me. Yeah, so I kind of like it in that sense. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's good simplicity. But if you improve your squat in 6 days, and that's the only thing that improves, you're still in a better position. It's good for the nervous system in general, being able to recruit. You get some transfer. So yeah, nice one. Well done. So we got there's a bunch coming in the chat box, which is cool as well. Robbie Harrison built his first course. Can you share a little bit about this, Robbie? Because maybe, yeah, I'd like to hear the intro to that in your own words, if you don't mind sharing. I think Robbie's probably close to the most I've ever begged someone to join my business. I'm pretty sure it's number one. I invited Fabien a bunch of times, but I actually put a decent work into Robbie to saying, hey, I think things will be better on the inside of this. So tell us about your month, Rob.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's been pretty crazy. Only started on com, I guess, beginning of October. I guess it's only been really in total 6 to 8 weeks, and it's been pretty crazy because we started talking about different movements, what can work for a course, and I kept basically staying very here's in with like tunnel vision and what I can do and what I can put out there. And I kept thinking of online stuff, what can I do? And anyway, I kind of ended up building this course around one movement, around the Turkish get-up, which is, for a blend of reasons, it's very popular. It is very beneficial, both mobility, full body strength, coordination, movement, and it's also quite popular because people like to do cool looking stuff as well. So there's a little bit of everything put together, but a lot of people make huge errors in it. And a really important thing for me was trying to create something that I can really help people with. It's going to help a lot of people. It's simple, really short thing that someone can do every day, which therefore we know we can build in habits really simply. So I use some of the stuff from Oncom, like the idea of each minute on the minute kind of style, the dense method, but with really short stuff to try and help amplify the movement. Put all this stuff together in PDFs, essentially, split up the 30 days into 6-day sprints, delivered all these PDFs in a Telegram group, made it as simple as possible. Managed to get 10 people on board, which was really good for a first time. That just took 2 weeks, get a ton of people on there and just went for it. So that's kind of the long and short of the process. It's been good. We literally, today is the last day of the 30-day course. I think 2 of those are going to continue as one-to-ones, which is really good. I know one of those definite, the other one's still waiting to finish his because a couple of days behind. So we'll just see where it goes, really, which is really great. And we're going to rebuild this, relaunch in January is the idea. And I've got an idea for another course to go on top of this. So it's definitely lifted a few ideas that can keep going with a lot of other stuff. I don't know if you have particular questions on that, Keegan, or
yeah, it'd be good if you share a little bit with the guys of sort of the position that you're in, and then what that experience has meant to you.
Yeah. Well, to start off with, beforehand, how far to go back? Well, basically, the situation I was in, probably taking roughly, I don't know, let's just say more or less €1,000 a month for a couple of years. We moved from England to Spain. I moved with my wife. We moved over here and made basically during COVID. We did everything the worst possible time. It's made really hard from a legal point of view as well. You know, you're starting a business again in another country. I didn't know the language. So I've had to relearn everything, you know, sort of build it up from step one. Plus trying to build online. And I just realized like it's going to take a lot more than any quick fix that everyone else is selling. And it's basically getting to a point where it's a bit of a break moment. We're expecting a child in literally any day in the next 2 weeks right now. So it's essential that I build something that's going to last for our future. as well, and gives us sustainability for both of us. So even if my wife doesn't need to work anymore, we can still survive, because at the moment it's just been, counting every single penny every month to make it work. And I'm absolutely fed up with that. And I have been, and it's been this war of attrition, fighting through the trenches on average, it's gone up over time, but you just get to that point where you just can't take it anymore. It's just stupid. This is not how it should be. It should be easier. And I know I can help a lot of people. I'm very confident in what I can do. And I've noticed that now with the people I have helped, and it's helped my in-person coaching as well. I've 100% increased my income. I think, to be fair, I haven't done my finances yet, but it will be obviously this weekend. I reckon it's probably close to double revenue, I would say, from the average, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So congratulations, Robbie. And I know it wasn't easy, and you had to face some challenges. And if all of you remember your first sort of sales into online, and if maybe some of you haven't had that step yet, that to really have that breakthrough, like what Robbie's just shared with us, is his life's just had a significant shift. He's about to have his first child, which some of you can't comprehend yet what that is like, or you don't really know it until you know it. When it's coming, then you know it. And most of us men, it's a super dad thing. It makes you want to be the man that you weren't before, because okay, there's another being coming here, and I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but I know I need to be ready. And the tendency for the woman is to think about the clothes that it's going to wear, and the nappies, and organizing those things. And the man thinks, okay, I've got this child for the next 18 years. How am I going to prepare for this? You start building the college fund, and this is stereotypical, but it's the natural way. Some of you have experienced it, and and some of you will one day. But Robbie got through that. Robbie took the challenge that I set down for him on Instagram of like, I think you can do this, brother. If you haven't checked him out, put your IG in the chat there as well. And other guys, feel free to drop yours as well. But I could see that Robbie's like obviously meticulous with his training. He's strong, he's intelligent, he loves teaching food and nutrition as well. He just hadn't worked out how to get his message across online, and how to be able to charge more for what he does, and really get it out there. He did the micro offers thing, gentlemen. Like I've made a little course about micro offers there. It's the more I think about this stuff, like micro offers is like the dense or the range concept in business. All you need to be able to do is put out, and even Robbie, like this is bigger than it needed to be. And because you're more established, it's fine. But it could have been 5 days, right? It could have been a 5-day challenge. You could have done a 5-day cooking challenge. You could have done 2 or 3 5-day things by now. And you would have probably had more leads, similar amount of money in, but you would have had more experience. You would have seen what was coming. And then, you're going to get some more one-to-one clients out of that. You're going to get more people who decide to work with you locally. And it doesn't, everyone has their own journey. It's fine whether you do longer challenges or shorter challenges. But if you can get a micro offer to work, this is as simple as it is, gentlemen. Whether you're already making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month, or you haven't made any money yet online, if you can make a micro offer work, and you have people opting into this thing of like, for Davi in Perth, he's coaching the AFL team over there, which is like the highest prestige thing that you can be doing. He's working with them with wrestling. If he's able to have men go through a 5-day, 5 things you should know about BJJ before you go and get your first white belt, or before you walk into the BJJ gym, if he's able to get that thing in front of 100 men who are thinking about doing BJJ, he'll have 10 more clients. He'll have 10 online clients. Like that, it's as simple as that. Like what is your micro offer? What is the 5-day experience, or the 30-minute call? Hey, I'm a black belt in BJJ. This is how many people I've got from white belt to blue belt so far. And I do a free 30-minute consult for anyone who wants to understand X challenges about BJJ. Once you've got that thing off the ground, it's easy from there, because it's all like, it's like learning to 3-ball juggle. You think, I can't 3-ball juggle. Some of you might have felt like that coming in, or you at least thought like 4-ball, like, I don't know. But if you can 3-ball, then you kind of know you could 5-ball if you wanted to. And it's exactly the same with the business. Now Robbie knows, okay, like, well, if someone's going to buy a $1,000 3-month online package with me, then someone else will buy it, and someone would buy it for $2,000. and someone would buy it for $5,000. And it's just having better marketing, having clearer messaging, having more people come through the initial process. You don't have to stay with that 5-day thing, that 30-minute free consult. But if you can sell that, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about that someone will let you have their attention for a period of time, then you can get to the other. The door's open. It's a lot simpler than we make it in our minds. We've been engineered to be schooled, and someone puts the coin in and then we go to work. If you can become the kind of man who someone else doesn't have to put the coin in for you to work. You understand what I'm saying with that? Those little machines that are at the mall and the kids want to go on. Liam, any father knows that the thing, like the children want to go on these little machines. You put a coin in, and it buzzes around, or it buzzes up and down, makes a little music. That's how we're instructed to be. Okay, I work when you put the coin in. But if you can work without the coin, and you can just get to work, you can get that micro offer off the ground, then you'll get to that next one, and then you're free. You can do what you want. Because it's all on a continuum. And Robbie's, that's why it's so much joy. Like it's a small amount of money that you've done so far, and it's a small amount of people that you've helped. But you're in the game now, and this is an exponential game where training clients face to face is not an exponential game. And even if you're scaling gyms and stuff, it's much more challenging than what we're doing here. And so, yeah. I would love you, Robbie, to bring something forth as a cooking challenge for the men here. If you're interested in a cooking challenge, drop something about the cooking challenge in there that guys can react to if they want to, so that you can get you can see some names. But also for the Turkish Get Up challenge, you need network effect and micro offers. That's all you need. Because I already know you've got network effect, all you need is a micro offer. Test the micro offer. You can have 20 men from around the world give you testimonials on your micro offer. That gives you a world-class website, social proof. Normally, it's very difficult to get network effect, but we already have network effect. You all have network effect thanks to your decision to be part of this network. You all have voices in different accents, different countries from all over the world. Put a little flag next to where everyone's from, and anything that you do has social proof. So all you have to do is you have to choose to be good at something. That's the secret sauce, gentlemen. Be top 1% in something. Robbie was already top 1% in something. That's why I begged him to join, because I knew the challenges of being a new father. It's like, hey, let's try. If it doesn't work, okay. If it does, it's life on your terms for the rest of your life. Jose, well done, Robbie. Jose got some new clients, which I know is a big breakthrough as well. I'm excited to see that. I'm not sure if we're going to get the chance to catch up. Jose's in Uruguay, which is just next to us here in Paraguay. Alex shared his big breakthrough. Sebastian got 10D1 on 100 kilo squat. Beautiful. 2 plates. I was older than Sebastian when I managed to do that. Probably getting much better depth than I did when I first got it as well. So well done. Sebastian Hilton, that is. Sorry. Yeah. That's I was getting confused, but it's still good. Well done. Liam Howe is I think he's just coming up next. Yeah, Liam, you've started your newsletter. Well done with that, brother. And the YouTube channel. We still haven't fully launched into that as an uncom group, but I know you've been getting some interest and support, and I've encouraged you to be our newsletter guy. I'm starting again using I realized I have 5,000 subscribers on Substack from when I had a Real Movement Substack. So I'm going to use that again. I rebranded all as Keegan Coach. I've written like 3 things, just haven't hit publish yet, but I'm planning to roll with the Substack, and then I'll have material that I can put on other letters and be in the habit of writing again. And I would love to encourage anyone here, if anyone wants to join on the daily email train. J-Top kind of gave me a bit of a push to do it, and he's planning to use it as the basis for his book as well, to publish his own book. Yep, Harrison's come to the Mexico village, first time traveling alone. You want to share us something about that, Harrison? Congratulations, stepping out.
Yeah, I had a pretty difficult process. I missed some flights, and I had to stay a day at the airport, but Jorge called me and said it's okay. That's what happens when you travel. But it was a big step. Like, I'm still so anxious about it. But everyone here is like a family. It's super welcoming. So it was the biggest challenge yet. But I've already started working on some things for online and towards weight loss and diet and fitness and stuff. So it's been a big jump from like my regular life, working 9, 10 hours a day compared to now, like I get to do what I want. So it's the biggest like blessing so far, I'd say.
Yeah. Edna's in the Montenegro village as well. He said that as well, Harrison, that he doesn't realize how long each day is, how much you can get done in a day until you step out into the village environment. You're like, oh, this is what a day is, when it's all up to me to do what I want to do all day. And the funny thing is, like, it can be like this for anyone who wants this, like this life. It wasn't actually possible before the Uncon villages. It sounds like an exaggeration, but how was it possible to have the experience that Harrison is having before Uncon villages? Like it really wasn't. Where you arrive to where brothers are, everyone there is interested in business and training, and you can stay for as long as you want. And there's other places around the world we can pop to. Like, we all have this now. We've made it happen together. Like, it didn't used to exist. And I love that you've stepped out. I love that you missed the plane and slept at the airport or whatever you did. Like, these are great experiences for a young man. Like, this is living. You're not going to forget all this. Like, this is days that are not just exactly like the last one, which is so exciting. Well done. Traveling on your own for the first time is a big experience as well. I remember when I did that. I traveled to England and then traveled around Scotland. The first time was really my first big adventure. I was about 22, and it was a big deal for me. 2 weeks traveling with my backpack. I was doing massage for the Wallabies, the Australian rugby team, back when they could play a little bit. I did massage, and then I had 2 weeks until I had to do it again. So I just went and spent the money that they'd just given me seeing Scotland. I went up to the Orkney Islands, which are off the north coast, Isle of Skye. Scotland's beautiful if you ever get the chance to trek around. But cool thing is, if you go to Scotland now, any of you, Rob Anderson's there, Rob Westra's there. You have people to see and experiences to have, and it is really cool to be able to meet someone and have a ton in common already. I'm going to go quickly through more of these messages, and then I've got a significant announcement to share. At least I think you're going to enjoy. Just sold 2 programs for my winter golf expansion program. Huge for me. Have access to winter facility, sold high-end customized putter, getting out there and DMing people. Love it, Josh. You found your energy, you found your testosterone. This is beautiful. This is it. Best month so far, 4K income, Fabien Jorge. I asked Fabien to join a number of times, and he can make his own income now. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I joined. Good investment.
Yeah.
Investment of myself.
Yeah, 100%. You're doing the work. Arib dropped 20 pounds this month, started Slim Down Science show. Huge, brother. Well done. That micro office stuff is spot on for you as well. Like 5 lessons in 5 days, 30-minute consult. Have people starting, be of value. Once you've done 100, that's how Fabien started this project. How many consults have you done now? You did 120 or something before you really knew what you were going to do with it.
Almost 400.
Almost, yeah. You do 400 micro offers. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lachlan ramping up right now. Oh, yep. Lachlan's going for the 10D1 push press. I saw him pressing there in the. Lachlan's going to give you the birthday present of beating your 10D1. Is his plan? Just share some there, Lachlan.
I didn't quite grab it on rep 3. Got the back
Right.
in a bit, but I got 90. But I don't practice it much, so it's all right. You got this one for now, young boy, young fella. Happy birthday, sir.
All right. I saw some reps going on, yeah, but I was too late seeing that. Well, I don't having a crack. Yep. Yeah, Garrett dropped his IG. That's Robbie's IG as well. We want to start getting some more IG lives going together, gentlemen. Just get on, have a discussion about a certain topic, or introduce yourself. Good practice. Graham Tuttle was talking about doing an hour and a half IG lives on his own. Sometimes he would be only talking to himself to build his skills. Graham Tuttle now has 350,000 followers, the barefoot athlete. He's just launched his more premium version of his offer after some recent consultations that we've had. And yeah, he shared that on his presentation at the workshop. Some of you might have caught it. The replays there. Can you imagine that? He did it for a long time. Hour and a half, Instagram live. Sometimes there was no one on. Sometimes there was 5 people. He had a bit of a plan for what he wanted to talk about. But would you get better? Would you get more comfortable speaking to camera if you were to do that? You don't have to, but it's not a mystery. Yeah. So Robbie dropped this thing there about the Turkish get-ups and the cooking. If you want to get involved with that, I think there's one or two's jumped on the. I think Tommy was doing Tom in Switzerland was doing the Turkish get-up challenge with him as well. Justin Mucci got first client on subscription offer, group coaching, high school classes starting 2 weeks, multiple Div 1 football players, hired a videographer. Big steps forward. Congratulations, brother. The footage is looking super sharp, Mr. Mucci. Caesar hit the 10,000 reps for the first time in the app. Epic. Liam dropped the link for his newsletter there. You can check that out. The possibility for a newsletter that many of us write for and have access to is really huge. And this is all network effect stuff. If you have 100 men everyone has 1,000 followers, then it becomes very significant when you start writing newsletters and sending people to have a look at it. It's through Beehive, right? Which I think that gives you like an archive website. So yeah, it gives us, we need more platforms to share our messages on. So we need to be writing our messages, but then Liam's got another platform there that you can publish to. And this is what it's all about. You see all the big names that you look up to, whoever you look up to, whether it's Jordan Peterson or Joe Rogan or whoever it is, they're all cross-pollinating platforms. They either go on all the other platforms or they host all the top guys. And we don't have access to that yet, but we do have access to each other. And it's actually enough to have $10,000 and $50,000 businesses. It's enough to have, $1 million a month businesses. Some of us need to go further, but it really is enough already with this network. You just reach out to each other, support each other, have podcasts with each other. That's all we need to do. I'm telling you guys to do it, but I'm doing it as well. Liam's been to Orkney Islands. They are very beautiful. Yeah. Rob Anderson's welcome everyone to Ireland. All right, Pulga, first group call with Macreros. Taking on a new community element to what you're doing there. It's exciting. I know you launched your group for it as well, connect them to each other. Casio sold his first ever highest ticket offer yet. Sorry if I read it. Yeah, it didn't hit one thing for the month. The one thing for the month, it's really not about that you have to hit the thing that you say you're going to hit. What matters is that you move towards it or you learn that wasn't the thing. Like targets don't always serve. They're not always to be hit. There's a good Bruce Lee quote about it. Maybe someone can find the Bruce Lee quote. Sometimes it just serves as a direction. Everyone needs direction. Even if it's just to show you that it was not the direction you wanted to go in. I think Jordan Potts might have spoken about it on his presentation that he just made $36,000. I think this month, or last month. But he tried a drop shipping course. He invested a big chunk of cash to do a drop shipping course, and he realized, okay, that's not for me. So the goal was, and I was talking about it earlier in the year, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this drop shipping thing and it's got this guarantee and I'm going to make all this money. And in my head, I'm like, this isn't going to work. Like, you're a coach. This is, but he'd already put the money in. So there's no point trying to hex him at that point. Just wait. And then now he's making more money than he can imagine, that he could have imagined at that time with his online new launch. Legacy Dads is that one as well. If you're not following Legacy Dads, gentlemen, there's no reason that there should be always 10 or 15, 20 comments on any uncommon success players' Instagram. We haven't worked on this sort of culture yet, but we did this with Real Movement and it exploded a bunch of brands. There's the biggest ballet strength brand came from Real Movement. It's Shane is an American who's got 50,000 followers now. But we all support each other. There's a 80,000 follower volleyball account, Greg Hertzeg. We had a big culture of, hey, team up with a bunch of other guys and make sure you're tuning into each other's stuff. We have a better system for connecting with each other now. They make those little pacts with each other. How long does it take you to drop a comment? And it wins you more network effect as well. Even on stories, if you're flicking through other brothers' stories, how long does it take you to hit the thumbs up or the heart? Like, Instagram cares about that. Instagram cares about what you react to. My most viewed stories of all time are the ones where I was wearing the suit, when I was trying on those suits, when I was going to the high-end workshop stuff. It's because people react. That's what it's gamifying, that stuff as well. So there's massive opportunity for us simply in understanding that, hey, it's not competitive, it's cooperative. The bigger this network is, the better it is for everybody. So any one person blowing up, opportunity for everyone else. And it's going to happen. There will be more Ben Patricks. There will be more motion guys. There will be. Aziz just came back to the group. Aziz had a very small account and hadn't made any online money when we worked together. I gave him a scholarship to come into ATG for coaches. I don't think he was in Real Movement, but I gave a number of scholarships in Real Movement as well. Now he has 100,000 followers in Tunisia, and he's been making his videos in Arabic. I think it's Tunisian has its own accent inside of that, I think, but regardless of my cultural ignorance, he's making it in that format, and he's got 100,000 followers there now. That means there's opportunity for him that wasn't there before, but it brings weight when you connect, even across language barriers. And it would be great to have more players who speak Arabic as well. All right, I'm going too slow as I'm going through the comments. I'm talking about a million things. Yeah, Cody released his first online skill program. We spoke about him doing a premium mentorship. I asked him, hey, what's your offer? What's your best offer? He said, it's a $30 thing. I said, that's okay. You're ready for the next thing. That's a micro offer. Micro offers are great, but you need your $2,000 offer. Even if you're not ready to sell it yet, you have to have your $2,000 offer. You have your micro offer, but have your $2,000 offer. So Cody's been selling his micro offer. And then he finally said, okay, yeah, this is my bigger offer. It doesn't have to be there the whole time. You don't have to be trying to sell it the whole time. But now he's got the bigger one. Everything can change, and it's changing. You see, okay, people want this bigger mentorship. I think we were talking about $2,000 for the year to be in Cody's rugby mentorship. He's got a lot of people that are interested. Cool. Yeah, Liam's offering to interview people. Liam, don't leave the call without 5 names of people you're going to interview. Startup businesses. Chris O'Toole will do that. Fabien, who's up for an interview with Liam? It's good experience. It's good practice.
I've already done. I've already done one. He's on his newsletter from today.
You were on there?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if he's trying to talk. Liam, are you trying to talk?
You are. Sorry, you are.
Are you?
This is the next stage, buddy. So now with the newsletter as well, we talked about it previously. I think I'm ready to start YouTube interviewing everybody as well. So I'll get you, definitely reach out to you. We've got Garrett next week. We had Eddie last week, and then the week before that we had Ruben. So what I'd like to do, like Keegan's saying, is do an Instagram live, but also do a YouTube as well. So whether we just video it and then push it out in all directions, I'm just trying to get everything all aligned, right? Because there's so many working pieces, but now we've got the newsletter going. The next step is to start working on the podcasting, the long form, and then start utilizing all those areas for all the short formats as well. So yeah, started looking for help on Fiverr today as well.
I mean,
good man. The goal, Liam, also is that we have that Uncommon Man app. Should be a place like Fiverr, but they've been doing their push-ups. They've been through the Future Expander. They've been through Income Express. Like we want to give young men opportunities to get into developing themselves and providing services. They're not going to be perfect for every role, but I'm also excited for how we can work into that. I actually made a video about it today of like, there's a transition that we can go through here. And the idea is that if you can provide any sort of role to anyone, any value, then that can be your start. And that's like remote work. That's okay. I do sales, or I'll audit your website. I'll put in the connected chat the review that someone dropped me from my website. So there's a guy who does premium websites, and he's like, yeah, I'll review your website for free. So he gave me a 5-minute review of the website, the Uncommon Success website, and there's some good stuff in there. And that's his micro offer. And like, of course, 1 in 10 people is going to be like, okay, so how much does it cost to work together? And that's how easy it is to have a business. But then if you can do that one little specific thing, then the next step is to be the entrepreneur, where you're working inside of someone else's company and you're adding as much value as you can to that company. Well, that's another way that you can go. And it's a good way to go if you're young and you want experience in business. The Patrick Bet-David, that Valuetainment, speaks about the entrepreneur. Not everybody really wants to run their own business. Now, most men who join Uncommon Success probably want to run their own business, but the entrepreneur pathway is a good pathway where it's like, yeah, I'm in charge of sales and marketing and someone else is in charge of product delivery, or I'm in charge of product delivery and someone else is in charge of sales and marketing. I spoke to someone today who takes commission to do the marketing for businesses. They get them up to the point where they're ready to go into a sale. We've got other men in our system, Chris O'Toole, we've been speaking about it. There's other men who just look after your whole sales team and they'll take a small commission as well. For about 25% of what you make, you don't have to do any sales and marketing. But finding trusted people who work hard at what they do and who care about it is part of the challenge. So we're looking to fill those gaps. And then the third level is to be the entrepreneur, take responsibility for everything. You hire the others. You take the responsibility of having to pay the wages each month. Harrison found a quote: "The good life is a direction, not a destination." Bruce Lee. It's not the one I was thinking of, but it's a good one. The good life is a direction, not a destination. Yeah, we never arrive. The villages will never be complete. It's an infinite mission. The Simon Sinek infinite game. You can't make mankind better. And then it's like, okay, we did that, done. There's always going to be room to improve for us. There's always going to be room to improve for mankind. That's the fun of it. Choose something that's enjoyable. Yeah, John Clayton's got the engagement group going with X. If you want to tune in on that for the old Twitter, there's a chat group there for that. It's got me posting a little bit more. I haven't participated as much as I would like to, but we're getting there. Someone else just opted into that as well. Who was that? I just need to hover over it, I think. Tim is in as well. Good. There is a channel where everyone can share their posts. It's in one of them there. I think it's in the richer. You can share anything. Tom quit his job this month, completed 10,000 squats, talked German to every stranger possible, made a quick offer, sold video. Excellent. How does that feel? He had a reel hit 2 million views, Rob Anderson. I've seen some of your stuff is catchy, powerful. Make sure you drop the link to that reel, please, Rob, so others can see the quality. If you didn't see Rob's presentation at the workshop, definitely worth tuning in on. It's a whole system, and it's really as applicable for old people as it is for young people. Rob Anderson's got something very, very important. I invited him back to this business. We worked together in the Real Movement time. I invited him back because I knew he was going to be someone who would add a lot of value to the network. And it's very exciting to see the progression and just the energy that he's bringing to everything over the last few months. Assistant coach for Scotland under-18 hockey, Tim, excellent. Cody Tribe joined Real Movement wanting to work as a personal trainer. 2 years later, he coached the India under-21s. It was the strength coach for the India under-21s men's hockey team that won the World Cup. So he went from not coaching to world champion in less than 2 years. So no pressure, Tim, but go well. Yeah, so much good stuff here, lads. Like, how good is this? How good does it feel? We're barely getting started. We're literally like barely scratching the surface of what's possible here. So the big news for today that I wanted to share with you, I will share shortly. It'd be cool if you know someone who's not on the call who is in a similar time zone, who you've had a connect chat with. It'd be cool if you reach out to them and drop them a link. That would be fantastic. If everyone could do that, one person that you've spoken to that's in your part of the world, just tell them I asked you to do it if you need to give an excuse. Yeah, Zach Gallagher shared 2 weeks in Encore, Mexico as a win. What a life experience. Okay, I spoke to I got another one to share. All right, Brandon Scott. Did anyone invite Brandon Scott? Don't be shy. Sometimes that's all it takes is an invitation. You invite someone, hey, you should check this out. We should have done more of this for the workshop. We should have made sure. I didn't make sure the correct people were on the calls. Some of you are doing things very relevant to each other. And you weren't on the call to listen to someone who's doing something like what you're doing. That would be clearly inspirational. I understand some of the time zones challenges. Need my charger. Andreas joining as well. Good television. 1 second. All right, Brian's jumping into cool. Might have got the invite there in the village. Liam shared as well that he made $3,500, and I think he's already quit Tesco. He's going to hold it till Christmas, but sounds like he's decided it's going to be earlier. So congratulations. We could share more about your travel plans when the time's right for that. Liam, looks like you're out getting the job done now. So yeah, the news on one of the things I wanted to share today in the big news is that Fabien and Jorge are both added to the honor roll of the top men that I've worked with, and they're the first two within Uncommon Success. So they have lifetime access as pro players. Both of them have gone so far above and beyond with adding value to the network that it's hard to put into words, and it means the world. And I see a bunch of you reacting there to see that as well. But if Fabien took himself out to Montenegro while I was there, and we had the chance to have a couple of weeks together. He filmed some great stuff while we were there, and just brought a lot of energy to everything that we were doing. And he also went to Bali and filmed there for Nico and for the Bali Time Chamber, which supported other players there. I think he's introduced a number of players now to Uncommon Success as well. Every day he's tagging and posting and sharing on the IG, and he also helped to get that first event off the ground in France as well. So the men got together for that in-person experience. And unfortunately, it wasn't it couldn't have been more, but it's the first one, and it would have been great to have 20 or 30 men from around Europe, but it was it's great to have the first French event there. So I really want to say thank you so much for all the energy that you've given the men of Uncommon Success, all of those dance surveys and helping everyone and wanting to be maximally supportive. And I know you do it like not expecting anything in return and just wanting to be a good man and wanting to add value. So it's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, and congratulations. This means you're welcome in any of the villages, and you can stay where you want as long as you want. And it's so well done. Jorge. Yeah. I don't know if you want to share anything, or I think the guys have seen how hard you're working.
I don't know what to say. I feel like it's not blessed. How do you say that in English when you've touched? You feel touched. It's the word you should use. I should use touched. Yeah, I'm someone who likes to give a lot, and sometimes I don't have the money back, if we could say like that. I had a very bad meeting lately. I met a guy who was almost my brother, and I thought he was my brother, and he just dumped me without any reason, and I feel blessed in a bad way, and but having that kind of talk about myself like you just did helped me a lot. So yeah, I'm feeling very touched by this. Thanks a lot, Ian.
Well earned. Everyone's excited for your future, brother. Like it's and having a child coming into the world soon as well. It's a good time to take control of your life in many ways and build. So you're in such a strong position now. Looking forward to the way it unfolds.
Thank you.
Jorge as well. In April, joined the program. We had a call. I said, I think this is going to be good for you. You've got an app. Generally, it's more difficult for men from Latin America. Not as many people join from lower income countries. It's just the nature of it. Most people who join the program are living in countries where $2,000 or $5,000 is easier to get. It's just the nature of things. But Jorge didn't hesitate. He's like, yep, this is good. I'm in. And he's been also one of the most valuable players. I don't remember what happened today, but it's one of those ideas that just pops into my head of we need a village in Mexico. Like, I'm just going to ask him. And I said, okay, what can you do? We need a village in Mexico. And he told me, okay, I have some land and this and that. And I wasn't really thinking anything was going to come from it, to be honest. But then when I was in Cancun, it's like, yeah, I can come down. I was like, wow, he's going to come down. That's amazing. He's take the effort to fly down from Mexico City. He organized his buddy to pick me up from the hotel 5 o'clock in the morning. We drove 4 hours down the coast and saw this massive project that his family put together. It's the biggest shed I've ever seen in the south of Mexico. There, when you get the chance to see it, it's like if you put a gym floor in that thing, it will be the biggest undercover gym in the world, I think. It's meant for the project that they planted a lot of trees, and there's potential. That's the Uncom city. That might be the first Uncom city out in that location. But Jorge has just gone out of his way. He's got his own business, which has a lot of clients, and he's built his app and tech, and he's been doing onboarding calls for free and just wanting to be as helpful as he can be to make Uncommon Success work. And he's put so much energy into that it's magnetic, and people want to get around that energy. And they've decided to go down to Mexico with him. He's invited into Bongo like a brother to live with him there and to build that project together. Their friendship is a beautiful thing to watch and see as well. And how far this has come in such a short time is such an amazing thing. Sebastian Hilton is there. Sebastian also works for us in the Uncom team, and he's been able to come out to the Montenegro village, and now he's in the Mexico village. It's so good that this opportunity exists already, and it's because Jorge took the risk and took the chance, and I talked to his family about it and was able to get the support as well. So I don't know what else to add. He's also very, very helpful around the ATG stuff. I know he's like training a few of the guys here, and he's super enthusiastic about how far he's been able to get with his own body with ATG and working with Giorgio. And you've worked with a bunch of guys. You've worked with Dan DePau, and you've made the most of that. You've worked with Giorgio, and you've been super positive and great feedback around that as well. I'm not sure who else. Maybe you can share as well. But well done so far. It's a huge start, brother. Thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Thank you, coach. I wasn't expecting this. Yes, I think I have the biggest pleasure when I share my life with others. I do it for myself without expecting nothing back, but life is fair, and it's giving me back the best it can be. It's my best year so far. As I always told to everybody, the best is yet to come. Thank you for putting me the seed and the idea to build this village. It's an amazing journey. It's super incredible to be here with my friends, with my brother. Yesterday, my dad told me that he's really, really proud about what I am building here. That my mom and my dad, they are talking that they want to give me the house now, forever. Like that.
That's cool though. It's like the connection with your parents to have that as well is amazing.
Yeah, my relation with my parents, it's bigger than ever. I did a lot of work with, as you said, with other players, with Ben Watson, with Tyson, with Daniel DePau, to improve myself, and it was months ago, and now I can see the results of that. I think everything is just to take action, and I will keep pushing, and I will keep giving my best for you, for my community, for my family, for my brothers. And I know the life is going to pay me back really, really good. And well, thank you for your words a lot. It took me by surprise. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you. Brian's down there as well. Do you want to share a little bit about the Mexico experience so far? Brian, how's it going down there?
Oh yeah,
it seems like you're all in different places.
Yeah, there's lots of space down here. It's been amazing. The energy's been fantastic. I feel like I'm way more dialed into my work, my practice, training, and it's just everything you can imagine and more, being around men who have similar values, similar missions in life. This is one of my greatest dreams when I joined this community. It was actually the main reason when I saw you, Keegan, that you're creating these villages, and I set that vision out for myself. And then I thought I was going to go to Vanuatu. I thought Montenegro, maybe the Bali Time Chamber, but for some reason I was pulled towards here, and Jorge's energy is unbelievable. He's an absolute leader, and I love being here. I'm very, very happy that I chose to come to this place.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Well, yeah, awesome. It's amazing that you went down there. And I'd been following your stuff for a few years online. I'd seen the Brian movement, and if you're not following Brian's channel now, the Cairo Embodiment, he's been through his evolutions as well. And we're all able to evolve. I'd seen back in the early days of the movement focus and following his evolution when Brian decided to join. It was really an honor. It was really okay, cool. He sees what we're doing here. And now it's like, yeah, step it a bit further. I still have that thing as well. Like today I spoke with a man who has, he's building villages. He has a TV show in the States about homesteading. So it's like done for you homesteads that he's building. And he also just went to Colombia in the jungle. Like Brian likes to go as well to the jungle adventures. He went and spent 2 weeks in the jungle with the tribe. You're going through those experiences with his his guide, and we were talking about, he has a group of 8 men that he works with. They call him like a power 8, and they're working on a model, and it's similar to things that we're doing here. And we're speaking about like how to foster more brotherhood and like what commitment they have to each other, and this kind of discussion. It's a beautiful thing, and he's offering forth of like, well, what if we do another level of uncommon success for those who have conquered the athletic and the richer stuff and really want to go deep into like smarter, but also the spiritual side and exploring themselves. Brian's one man who's definitely put in a lot of energy into that side of things. And honestly, that's what I'm most excited about myself as well, is like when we get to a certain level of maturity with this network, there's opportunities to experiment in consciousness that you can't perform if you don't have physical villages, and if you don't have enough critical mass of souls and hearts and minds. We're going to do something very special. If you haven't looked at Lynn McTaggart's The Field, or like understood these kind of concepts, if you look into it, then you'll understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about. Like there's real research on the power of this stuff, but yeah, it takes focus. It takes being in a good place in life, and I don't think you can cheat it. The Gravesian model says you need to have some financial success first. If you look Spiral Dynamic, the Spiral course is like an hour or so now. If you haven't been through the Spiral Dynamics course, you really need to go through that. It's a beautiful thing. There's a test you can do with it. I think it's $100 or so or less to see what your place in the spiral is. But the gist of the model is in 1 minute is that you have to master like kind of personal power to be able to get to the place of living from a place of discipline, which is what we focus a lot on. This personal power and discipline is where it starts, because when we've done spiral with a lot of men in the past, they lack these first two, which means that you can't actually really access your entrepreneurial self. And then comes the kind of groupthink, environmental, let's do everything for the greater good level of development. And then the last one is to be able to access all of those. It's not the last one. He speculates that there's many more evolutions of consciousness, but the yellow level of consciousness is able to be entrepreneurial, but from the place of using that for the greater good, but is able to still access the personal power and follow rules as needed and create those structures. So this is really what we're doing. It's worth exploring, because once we have more of us that have achieved those basic things, it's not like something confusing of like what is spiritual enlightenment. It's like we need to achieve these markers of being in control of our own futures to a significant extent. And great things are possible. I would like it if other guys can turn on the cameras, if you don't mind as well. It would be cool to get a good screenshot of as many people with camera on as possible. Good to see you, Garrett, jumping in. Jean over in France. Sam. Patrick. Tully's one of our newest players as well. Finn is also one of our newest players. Finn, would you like to introduce yourself? Then I'll throw to you as well, Tully, if you're open to it. I see you got your baby there with you. If you can't, it's fine as well. But if you can, it would be great. Merrill's also relatively new to the group. It would be his first league meeting. Josh's first league meeting. We'll connect it back in real movement as well. Probably for Jean as well. Who's going to speak there? Hit the unmute.
Yeah, I found Keegan through ATG for coaches, and knew Cody already through rugby. Kind of wanted to know how to get into coaching ATG because it helped my knee, and felt like I had a bit of a story. But I kind of said to Keegan, like, should I do boot camp? Should I go to a gym and start from that? And he kind of said, no, get online, and I think you can help here. And I've had 15 calls this week, I think, and it's opened my mind to a new level. Just trying to persuade my missus that I've not lost the plot. But yeah, speaking, I've got a good network in rugby, so I've got a few lads on the program with bad knees. I spoke to a guy at uni that I thought was maybe going to be a first client, but he's got no money, but his knee's pretty bad. So I said, love to help you to get a good testimonial for a bad knee injury. And at this point, I think testimonials and just getting used to that practice is going to help longer in the long term.
100%. You don't have to get the money up front.
Enjoying it.
Well done.
No,
well done, Common.
Yeah.
Taking 15 calls, taking action, getting your offer out there. That's what we want to see. Amazing. Meryl, welcome.
Yeah, I just want to say I've been in this community for about 2 weeks now, and I say this on every single call. Every man I've spoken to has been exceptional. All the wisdom I've gained in this short amount of time has been just an incredible experience, and I cannot wait to continue to grow with you guys and meet more of you. It's been so good, and yeah, man, just got to keep it going. Thank you so much, Keegan. And Jorge, if you're still on the call, I'm so happy for you. I remember connecting you on that one time and just feeling your energy was infectious. So happy for you as well. Thank you.
Are you still feeling the buzz of getting a camper van and cruising around the States?
Yeah, we made a good stride for that today, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll tell you about it more some other time.
All right, cool. We've been planting that seed that there needs to be an Uncom van cruising around Europe. There needs to be one cruising around the United States. There needs to be one going around Australia, and doing business along the way, running workshops along the way, collaborating, podcasts, going to schools. Imagine 2-3 guys. What a life, what an experience. Being hosted around. That's the village on the road. The village concept is everywhere. We are going to have more physical villages. There's another one in the works. I don't know if the person who's working on it wants to share anything. I can see his face here, but there's another one that we've been looking at a destination. It's probably a little bit early to talk too much about it, but it's spectacular. If it comes about, step by step. Jane, do you want to say something? Je peux parler en français si tu veux. On veut être tous ici le polyglotte. On veut parler de toutes les langues.
I am trying to improve my English, so
your English is good. Your English is good.
A little bit in English. I am in the community about a month, and we speak. We talk very much with the other French guys on the Telegram group. I met a really good community with many ideas. I am very happy to meet them. Very happy.
Welcome. The French crew have their own chat and it buzzes along very well. It's got me thinking. So this is the segue into the next part of the call. How do we make the Telegram experience better? Because I think it's one of the things that's most frustrating is like, yeah, okay, there's lots of chats and you can't keep up with everything. You're not meant to, but we need to. How can we do it better? The French chat is really cool. So there's 3 ways I've been thinking about it, and I'm open to feedback on it now. You can send me a message about it. But one thing I'm thinking is, because it is a primary driver for many of us in Uncommon Success now, of like, okay, getting to the next level financially is going to open doors, and the personal development that goes with that is important. We could have groups that are based on the financial progress. So we have the Quadrivium group for the high net worth or high income individuals, which some of you might have seen or some of you might not, but we also have the Trivium, which is the level underneath that. It probably would be good to have a group that's like getting to your first $1,000 a month, and just being okay with starting from where you're at and having a group that's solely focused around that for the guys that are playing at that level. And it could be that you have a wage and you have a good job and you own a house or something already, but you're starting a new project and you need to be in that group for that reason. And then one in the sort of 1,000 to 10,000 kind of range. That's one way that we could go with groups, to have like something that's more of like a home and where you can really get support, and then you connect up with other men who are in that group. I'm thinking that might be the most powerful way to simplify the Telegram experience. Tully's on board with that. If you want to drop comments, thoughts on that, or unmute, you're welcome to. Another way that we could cut it would be to go more so like regionally, because the French guys, it makes it easy for them to connect with each other. But the language thing is cool when they already feel that bit more of brotherhood, because they have that difference. The regional groups haven't been that exciting in the past, but they could be like hey, do most of your discussion in the regional groups. And that would foster more getting together face to face and such. But I'm not as confident in that. I think the financial one is more likely to be more successful. And yeah, there was another way I was thinking about as well, just like smaller groups and just a group for the 3 months, and you know you're more connected to them, somewhere between like 10 to 20. And so you have like that tighter connection, and then anything else that you look at, you can if you want to, but it's just a bonus. But yeah, if there's feedback on that, I don't know if we can run a poll in here. I've been sort of running it in the Telegram, chatting about it. We're always looking at how we can improve this, and we have so much to improve. It's going to be the same in your own businesses. It's like it's in beta. Google had that it was in beta until it was worth, I don't know, like 100 billion or something. It was in beta until 2008 or something like this. It's probably always going to be in beta. Like there's always going to be so much more to do, and I like being transparent with you guys about that, because that's what business is, and we're all in business, and it's not perfect, and you work hard on things, and not every experiment that you run is a winner. But you can see that we're moving forward, and the same will happen for you guys. The personality testing stuff, I'm excited to do more of as well. I wanted to do more of that from the start. It was really cool to see those results coming in for the Myers-Briggs, where your ENTP or INFJ, or those of you who filled that out in the connected chat, that's really cool. We now have it in the profile in the app as well, so you can store that, and it will be good to go deeper on that in some workshops, in some communication, to understand those types better. It's quite cool, that system where we sent a link, because it gives it a name, and the name makes it easier to remember. But the other system, the genius typing one that we've looked at as well, is it goes deeper in terms of like what to do about it. So you have your natural personality tendency, but then you have your strengths and weaknesses that go with that, which is cool as well. So the biggest one for me in my personality type, the explorer type, inside of the exploration comes naturally to me with the personality testing, and the challenge for me is like the last part of the detail of accuracy. Like that's the thing that I have to put most effort into. And if you look at everything, like you could probably see that that's the thing for me. So it's good if it shows you like what is the thing that you most need to focus on to be able to get the best out of yourself based on your own personality type. The genius typing will show you that the driver and the secondary. And we also did the visionary versus integrator one, which is cool. And there's a few others that I've done over time, which are cool. Ben did the Ray Dalio one. We can have that information on our profiles. And the big vision is that one day, like there's a lot of enterprises that are kind of like working together and intermingled, like providing complementary services to each other within this. It's already happening a bit, but it can happen much more.
Hey, I wanted to share an idea, Keegan, or
please.
So there's a thought of like with the teams, what if there was like a draft where like there were certain men who are obviously at the highest levels in terms of Mars, and then whoever wanted to enter the draft, like there could be a tryout process where you implement like, okay, this is how we're going to score your mastermind, this is how we score your athletic, richer, smarter, and then we start getting scores in all of those. And then the people could pick the teams, and it could be regionally based or it could be not, but it's just this idea of like giving us the opportunity to start competing, not in the sense of like destroying each other, but competing in the sense of like, oh, I want to get drafted well, and I want to be on a team where I'm uplifting people. It's just a different way of thinking about team structure.
I really like that. And we did think about a lot of that kind of stuff at the start, like 2 years ago. It did start with a lot of these concepts. I think we're getting closer to the point where we can do that, Garrett. Initially, I couldn't get the critical mass of men engaged, but to do this, we need 50 men heavily engaged, and then we can have a few teams. And I think that works really well. Like that has been the idea of like, let's have 40 teams of 25, I think was, if that's what the maths is, like to get that 1,000 players. That's been on the mind from early on. We have got trouble still with the data. It's very difficult for us at the moment to figure stuff out. We can't really even work out like the overall athletic leader across all the leaderboards and stuff, just because the way we've dealt with the data, like we built a system that was really cool to be able to get something going really fast a year and a half ago. And then we, now it's really big and it's really challenging to get numbers out of. So one of the projects for early 2024 is to build a custom app, like and be able to manage the data a bit better. And that I think will give us more possibilities, but it's good things to decide on before we just start to try and build that custom coded app. But it's definitely on the radar to be able to go further with that. And there's some version of that we could already do, Garrett, but yeah, like I don't feel like we're quite there yet, but I do want to go in that direction, and I love the share.
Yeah, and I'm keen to get in on that data talk if you'd like. My dad, the company I work with, he does, so I'd love to offer help there however I could. Yeah,
Sebastian and Anthony would be open to connect with you and your father on the numbers. We just had a Polish friend of mine have a look through some of the data and the tech that we're using and gave us some good feedback. But yeah, thanks, Garrett. And Manuel's saying as well that he's on board with the financial base groups. I think we'll roll with that. Let's test that, and it'll be like a 3-month experience experiment. We're committed to that. Let's see how many guys we can get to the next level, support each other. Yeah, the team vibe and being able to share with each other the wins is a huge thing. You can see just on this call like how much energy it brings when you're here. You see what everyone else is doing. And so December, how do we make it the best ever? What are most people going to be thinking about this month? And be thinking about getting drunk, being lazy, eating a lot of food, getting fat, taking time off. 100% you're going to have beautiful times with your family. 100%. Like that's not non-negotiable. It's going to be a beautiful thing. But does it really mean you can't get a set of push-ups in that day? Like, is anyone that busy on Christmas that you can't get some squats done? For me, it's a lifestyle. So I expect us, I'm sure we're going to have really good months and we're going to have really good times. What's on your mind for December? If you haven't set up your one thing in the app now, we've now got a richer one thing and an athletic one thing. So I did ask Anthony to work the language in there as well. I'm going to see if I can see. But I would love to hear some of the plans for December. We've reflected on what's just been. I love that since we're in Uncom, it's like it feels like New Year's every month. The buzz that people get around the new year. Soon we're going to get that new year. But it feels like New Year every month to me in a good way.
Yeah, I launched 3 days ago actually with my gardening consultations, and it's been really well received in my local neighborhood. Like there's this one man with like a half-acre backyard and he wants to grow food for his family. So I'm keen to like get these consultations going and see how much I can grow from it, and focusing on like not expecting results, but just doing the work and then growing from there. So I'm pumped for it. And I hope everyone else has something that they can put their energy to grow into as well. Cause like Luke Carter has this content thing he's doing as well. And so it's perfect timing. It's like, let's not go into the new year. Let's not wait for the new year to start doing all these amazing things. Like, let's start doing it right now. So when the new year comes, we're already like bombing and going.
Yeah. I don't think the new year is going to have, I'm not sure. I haven't had a really new year since Uncom is really strong and we have like a strong reset each month, but I'm not sure the new year will have any more punch than the months. Like every month I feel excited as if it's like a new year. But it'll be cool to see how it rolls around. Rob Anderson's getting his athlete academy online. Huge move. If you're interested in youth athletic development, do your best to get to Edinburgh, Scotland. wherever you are right now, that's the place to go. I'm looking forward to running some workshops and setting it up as an online education for coaches to be able to be certified in training 5 to 15-year-olds, 5 to 18-year-olds. There's no one really doing it, and Rob's taken it very, very seriously, very professionally. If you haven't seen his workshop, there's a huge market there that hasn't really been worked on anywhere near as much as it could, especially in the way that Rob's attacking it. There's some stuff in the US, but not a lot around a lot of places.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know if my mic's working.
We can.
Yeah, cool.
How you doing, Andres?
Yeah, doing well. Just in the airport right now. Yeah, kind of a recent development. So I've got the Reels thing that's slowly but surely developing, but I've been going harder on my social media since I got back from Mexico. Had a lot of really good words of encouragement from mostly Daniel, but just all the guys there, and just went hard on it from the day I got back, and it's absolutely blown up. I've got 2 videos that are almost surely gonna hit 1 million views. The followers are just cranking like crazy. I don't know what I can make out of it yet. I got a little excited, like in the coffee shop, just seeing it all crank, and I started writing a ice cream recipe ebook that I could sell for like $5. But this is where my passion lies a lot more. Not that the Reels isn't something I'm going to continue to pursue, but if I could just cook amazing food and make a lot of money, like that, I mean, I would do it for free, but like if there's money there as well, like it sounds good. So yeah, I mean, the content comes really easy to me in terms of production with the food stuff, and I'm just going to keep hammering it. Like it's fun. I feel zero sense of burnout because of how fun it is, and how that can turn into income is for probably the near future to figure out, but definitely heading in a good direction. So it's fun.
Congratulations. I just saw you've doubled your following since I looked at it last, which I think was like 2-3 days ago, because I've been seeing those posts and commenting and liking as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much how you build the following either. It's still going to have value, and yeah, I was speaking to Francis about it today. He's building out marketing to get people to the point of jumping on calls. All these people have the same problems everyone else has. So you don't have to think about $5 ice cream book. You can do that as like your micro product, but there's people who want to do all kinds of things. They want to have more courage in general, or they want to learn to cook. There's a premium version of that where they come and learn to cook with you, living in for 5 days at a place just down the road from the founder house. All those kinds, like there's infinite ways that you can monetize high end on the top of any audience and any energy. So you can test ideas on your story, like throw out there. Yeah, we can talk about it another time, but yeah, it's exciting to see it's blowing up. Well done. Yeah, Josh is plan on not treating his mouth like a garbage can. Focus on social media output. Tully, can you share your IG? And it would be good if Andres, if you can do a review with Tully on his IG. I know you guys have already spoken, but it would be cool. You know, I think he's got 10,000 followers from memory. Tully is working in relationships, the men-women dynamic. Stories are a great way as well, yes, gentlemen. Like stories is where the business comes from. I don't know if you're tuned into this, Andres, or not, but like the money comes from the stories because people get to know you in the stories. So test your offers in the stories. Yeah, comment on this, polls. You know, do you want to see an ice cream ebook? Do you want to X, Y, Z? And then the people who are doing that, you know, what's your biggest frustration about the kitchen right now, or about your food right now? How to source all the best stuff. 12-week mentorship to know how to cook and know how to look after yourself for the rest of your life. $1,000. there's people in that group already who want to buy that, but it's about you going on the journey to feeling comfortable to sell that and enjoying the process of guiding someone to. And it doesn't have to. You can go all low ticket if you're going to get to 1 million followers.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I can definitely give Tuli I can do like a loom of his Instagram, just kind of give feedback on the general stuff.
I'll send you the one I got today from a guy who's got like a high ticket website building business. It's exactly how you could target anyone's social media and say, hey, like, I only work with 5 guys at a time. This is what I do.
Yeah. Did you want me to touch on the founder house at all? I don't know if that's what you were alluding to earlier.
I wasn't alluding to that. We haven't really spoken about it in Uncom because, it's sort of, I don't know. We haven't spoken about that much yet. So
we don't really know what it is either yet, so we're figuring it out. But for anyone that doesn't know, the founder house is what we've called the house where it's 5 Uncom guys living together, as well as Ruben's fiance Tiffany, in Clearwater. So mainly went there for ATG just because the ATG headquarters are there. But with all the guys in the house being an Uncom, it's kind of like become a Uncom village in a way, where we're just renting a house out. But yeah, I mean, for anyone that's in a position where you are making income online, or you're just looking to move and you're in a region like France could even potentially work, where there's a few guys that can move around and then just like find a house in a central area that works for all of them and live together. Like, it's worked really, really well for us. Rent is really cheap because we're splitting the house 6 ways, and it's just a great time. We had a kind of like I guess you could call it like a masterminding meeting a few nights ago. It was like 3 hours long. Incredible conversations. Everyone just sort of updating everyone else with their projects, their wins, their struggles, obstacles, everything. And it's really good to like get on the same page and understand each other in person and then help each other out. So if you have an opportunity, I mean, obviously there's like connecting for a few days, but if there's the opportunity to take it a step further and be like, I have no commitments in my city, you 2 guys have no commitments, let's move somewhere together.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that happening, and good things are coming out of it already. It's cool to see experimentation. What would the best life look like? Test it out in a short stay, test it out in a long stay. Baptiste is saying most people slow down this month, going to the next level, athleticism, business, relationships. Manuel's going to battle on 2 fronts, foundation of the Portugal village in 2024. That was the secret that I was alluding to before. If you get the chance to see that, if you ask Manuel to show you what that location looks like, it's something special. Finish photography course, big move as well. Carnivore for the full month for Jose. Scripted videos to shoot in January. Create a business card. Instagram is the business card of the 21st century for most, but depends on what the business is. Yeah, Garrett, he's looking sharp, isn't he, Sebastian? Cassio just hit his one thing. What was it, Cassio? There was the first high ticket sale, was it? You wrote it in before the month started, and then it's happened before. Fabien, I think, did that once as well. It's like hit the handstand push up. You did it before the month.
That's what it says. It's all about the push. So I pushed so hard to do yesterday. I went to bed at 3 a.m. and I was like, fuck, it's 3 a.m. It's passed. But I was like a click away, but I couldn't figure out the end. And this morning I just got a message from the programmer saying the website is up. And then so my website is up. I put the link. It's just I put the link also my calendar if anyone wanna have a quick look and then give me some feedback is always welcome. Like you say, it's all about the sharing and then helping each other. So keen for that. And also the high ticket, you saw some of them. I didn't hit the 2 top ones. I'm aiming for, but I hit the 3rd one also yesterday at 2 a.m. That's why I have this face today. But But feeling the energy of the carnivore diet that I've been on for the past 2 months. Sleeping, it's crazy, right? Sleeping little and feeling the energy. But one thing was the website and highest tickets ever, all done in the middle of the night last night. So pretty stoked.
Massive. Congratulations. Congratulations, Cassio.
Thanks, Brian.
Big step. Sometimes they want to convince you that you should always feel comfortable, right? Like never stay up late, never work too hard. It's okay to work some 18-hour days or stay up late sometime. If it's moving your life forward, like your body will recover. You're resilient. You don't need to do it every day, but sometimes it's okay. It's the time to put the foot on the gas. Liam's been putting the foot on the gas with building his online business. It means he gets to leave his country, have some time away from the environment that he's used to. Like it's something worth fighting for. If you're at war, it's not going to be that every day you get to bed at exactly the time. And yeah, it shouldn't be a war all the time. You need to be able to chill as well and have good rhythms. But yeah, well done. Don't feel bad about having a 2 a.m. and a 3 a.m. I'm sure in the restaurant business, you sometimes have as well.
Yeah, and I actually had a call this morning. I thought I was going to sleep late, saying that someone was sick and I had to come in. So on the same day. But on that note, we talk a lot about balance, and like the society forces us to be in balance. And I think if everyone keeps searching balance, everyone gonna be always fucked, because it's so hard to be in balance all the time. I think you go out of balance because you have all the priorities at that point, and then you gotta be out of balance to reach goals in different areas. That's my belief. So yeah, just putting a quick note on that we just said.
100%, man. 100%. It's only rebalancing. There's no balance. And then as you get more skilled, you can go way further out of balance and still get back on balance. Like the crazy handstands where you can wave your legs around. That's when you're more skillful. So the better you know how to be good to yourself, then the more you can challenge yourself when you need to. At times, you can push harder. Sam's getting his ebook out. Murchie's collaborating with Woodward to work on with some of his clients. That's cool. Potentially seeing if you can train NFL draft prospects. Boom. Yeah, we're going to start the weekly calls along the lines of those groups as well that we were talking about. We want to do a shorter version of this weekly. Merrill finished one-on-one program, 2 pounds of muscle, 2 to 3 pounds of muscle. Excellent. Learned first acting modeling gig. Exciting. Begin to learn Spanish. Also exciting. Francis is working hard on his Spanish as well. We had a good conversation today. So Francis, I encourage Francis to get down to the village there. He's in Tulum at the moment, and he was thinking about whether he was going to be able to get down there or not. And I think he may want to get down and visit you guys. I think it would be a very, very good one to get down based on the skills that he has. So if it's possible to make it happen for Francis to get down there, it would be great to support him to do that. Sab, I know you're listening as well. I think you're listening. I think one of you's listening. Someone's listening. You hear me?
I do hear you. I am looking for Franz. Where are you?
He's not on here, Francis. But we had a call today. We had a connect call. We were strategizing, and he was in Tulum, and he said, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to get down there." I said, "You have to get down there." He said, maybe this weekend." So I'll put you in a chat together. Maybe you can help him to organize. He didn't want a big long bus ride and stuff, but he's got really good skills, and he's got huge potential with his business. He's really good at Facebook marketing. So he just needs a bit of village energy, and he's got so much possibility with his business. So it could be a game changer for everyone in Uncom if Francis's business does what it can do. So I think you need some village vibes. Neil's published off-season program. Niels, I want to hear from you. We've got a few more rugby guys in the program now, and I want to hear what's going on with your business. What's the next level?
Yeah, good to be here. I haven't made many live calls in the last couple of weeks, but I got on a call with Finn this week. That was really good. So another rugby guy, and doing collaborations with Cody as well. We just agreed to do a podcast this weekend, so the energy is there. Yeah, I actually made the decision to quit my job for next year. Not sure when exactly. It'll end anyways, and then go all in with pushing the business, because I had the feeling that, well, people are asking for help, but I can't take many on because I don't have the time right now, or I can't make the time maybe. But yeah, I know that I can do more, and job is holding me back a bit. So December is a bit calm, so I can use the time there to be more productive. Yeah, that's the current state.
What's your offer at the moment? Your top offer?
It's individual. I have one player paying me $1,000 until the end of the season. We're doing everything in the gym and conditioning. And another guy, a wrestler, actually, he pays me a bit more than that. So that was individual deals. I don't have like a one offer that I can give to many players yet, but yeah, so people are willing to pay it. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's good. You're making progress. Everyone's on their own individual journey with this. You have to decide what your goal is. You have to decide at what speed you want to move. But I would give you an encouragement. And the last thing I want to share with you for tonight is whatever your income goal is that you're thinking in your head for the month, I'd like you to consider for the next 24 hours how you would achieve double that. So Liam's just shared that his goal for the month is 5,000. I would like you, Liam, to consider for the next 24 hours, if you were forced that you had to consider, or you were invited to consider what it would take to make 10 grand in the month of December. Please do that. You can make a beautiful offer between Christmas and New Year, and you can make that the offer the whole year. Offer some existing crew. It's a good time. Commit for the year. Change forever. People are ready to change that first. December is the month, right? It's when people are ready to change the most, is end of December, start of January. So whatever your income goal is, I would consider what would it take to double that. And just playing with that in your mind is a beautiful thing, because the mind will focus on, it will work towards the target that you set for yourself. Everyone has that comfort zone, that normal for themselves, the thermostat. Okay, if I'm making less than that, I'm in pain. I have to go and do something. I do DoorDash. I got to hustle. I got to do this or that. You got the point at the bottom, and then you got the point at the top where you get lazy and you think, okay, well, everything's good. For some, that point's $1 million, and that point's 500,000 a year. For others, it's $500 a month and $1,000 a month. But we're in a global economy now. We all have the opportunities the same as each other. That's the thing I'm going to challenge you with. If you were to double your expectations for the month, what would that look like? Because it's mostly a mental game. You can see what others are doing here. You can see that the opportunities are there. It doesn't cost you anything to think about offering it at twice the price, twice the value, twice the duration, twice as many people. Any of those twices would double your month. And it's more fun. There's more opportunity. We're about to release some land in Vanuatu. I think it's going to be like 5 or 6 blocks of land, just across the road from the beachfront blocks, 15 seconds from the Angkor village in Vanuatu. We haven't really pushed that yet because it's taken some, it takes time to build these physical locations, build momentum. But we're about to release those blocks of land in Vanuatu. It's going to be cheaper at the start. Nico offered me the opportunity to get involved with the Bali village, the family village in Bali. I was able to get involved in that with him. That's a place for those who are doing well in the network. Fabien was talking about, I want to have a place there. Fabien, you can use that house as much as you want, but you joined the Lifetime today. That place is your place as well. So this is what we need to do. And the further we all get along, the better it's going to be for everybody, right? So having that reason to increase the value of what you're doing, do it better. There's going to be an opportunity to buy land in Mexico at some stage, get set up near the village. We're really in the preliminary stage. The house there in Mexico, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and it's really all you need. And it's very low cost to set up, and it's a profitable business model. If someone was to do it as a business, I know Liam was thinking about it on the other side of Mexico as well. But it's like it's now a proven model. It's a good business. Like, it's an alternative to opening a CrossFit box. Is you open a house like this, like a Bali time chamber style thing or an Oncom Village style thing. So you'll find a use for the money. And the fun is in becoming the kind of person who can do it, because you have to have better sales skills, you have to have a better website, and you have to have a better product, and you have to have more belief in yourself. And that's never a bad day. There's a bit more encouragement to be a bit leaner, a bit stronger, because that's a good business card. It's easy. You become as good as you can be at what you do. You keep improving yourself at the baseline level. You become athletic, richer, smarter. You increase your mastermind. Strengthen the network effect around you. All you need is network effect. That's the biggest thing in the modern world. How many people care that you're alive? How many people care about what you do? How many people have you put value into their life? I think, yeah, I will double this month, and I'll give more Christmas presents to the one I love. And why not doubling IG? Let's make it happen. I think the style of content that Andreas is doing could work well for a bunch of us as well. Like, challenge our audience. And Fabien's been doing some crazy stuff there. How can we need to get that more interactivity to what we're doing and support each other. We know when our content is good, and we know when it's not really going to land. I haven't been putting a lot of focus into it of late, but there's, if it's have a look at what Andreas is doing. Sam Breitstein's also been doing great stuff with his content. It's just a game. We keep leveling up in each area. It's all skill development, same as the juggling and the handstands. My handstands are awesome at the moment as well, because my son wants to do the handstands, so I've been practicing more. Yeah, I could send you the guy who did the website review for me. He's part of another network, and it's not, but there's another guy who does website reviews who I think could be useful. I sent it to him as well. The Swedish guy is a real expert in online marketing that I met at the calisthenics bars in Poland. We ended up having coffee for a couple of hours, and he told me a lot of stuff about websites I didn't know. Yeah, lack of time with the actual job. Invite. Yeah, Andreas shared his IG there. Yeah, it's almost 4K now, 2K a week ago. So that's 2,000 more people who have said, yeah, I'm interested in what you're doing. And then you can set up a bot which DMs them and says, hey, I'm really busy at the moment, but this is what I do. And you send them to a 60-second or a 90-second video, and then a percentage of people, and you say, if you've got any questions or XYZ, leave them with the next phrase, and they're going to DM you, and you start a conversation then to be able to sell from. So we need to get, we're working on implementing this tech with my personal IG. See you, Tim. Thanks for staying up late, brother. Get some rest.
Hey, Keegan, can you please repeat the thing you just said? I didn't quite catch it about the bot, and like when you're busy, have it send them to the video.
You can have a bot that any new follower that comes in, they automatically get a message, and the message can say, thanks for following. it can have a video in it that tells them what you do basically, and invites them to message you back. So that you've already done like that first 3 to 5 messages through that one message, really, where they understand what you do. I think it does. I think it works through ManyChat. I think there's a few different ones that you can do it with now, but having something initiate the conversation. If you're getting like, and Andres is getting, he's got 2,000 new followers. There's a percentage of them who want to learn how to cook or how to have better food, or Jordan Potts, I know I think he's using maybe a different one at the moment, but step by step, it's all experience, testing, and then when something's working for someone, everyone else can apply it, or others can apply it. And if we're all doing that, it puts us in a really powerful position. So the main thing that we need is that each of us is building an area of expertise, and we're putting that expertise forward as best we can.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Cool. That was basically what I wanted to cover. Does anyone have anything else they wanted to share? Tomlin, good to see you on as well. I know you've been working away, working hard on your vision. Who else is here that I haven't said hello to? I think I've mentioned everyone else's. Oh, Sam, good to see you on.
Yeah, I will, Keegan. I don't know if you can actually see me. I'm out walking the dog, and it's 11 o'clock at night here in Edinburgh, and it's like 2 degrees or something crazy. But I just wanted to share, like, after our call where you kind of, I don't know, gave you a bit of the arse around jumping on the online stuff. There was a bit where I went to sleep and I couldn't, like, my mind was just racing 100 miles an hour. I too excited about it. I couldn't sleep. So at 4 a.m. I just decided I'm not going to bother trying to sleep anymore, and just went down to the kitchen and started working on it. And in like 3 hours, just cranked out a massive chunk of the body of the work. So it's now like, I'd say 95% ready to go. So definitely going to get done by the end of December and get live to get some people through the door. So it's just
Epic.
like what you were saying about balance before. Yeah. Sometimes balance is the wrong term.
100%. Sometimes it's time to go. Sometimes it's game time. You got to be on. Put everything into it. If you get that inspiration, I had one of those 4 a.m. mornings, I think yesterday or the day before, and happy days. You're welcome to shoot off. No pressure. Well done. And the workshop's powerful for that. Like, I think everyone who presents, it's a huge gift when someone presents at these workshops and they put together a presentation, or they share from the heart what they're working on. But there's almost always, it comes back in double, that someone wants to help them out. They get an idea, they get new energy. So we're going to do the workshops every month. They're not going to be 4 days every month. They're going to be 1 or 2. But we're going to do that setup every month, and it's going to be in this sort of period between the 25 and 30 usually. But next month it definitely will be, because that's the best time. It's going to be like the 27th, 28th, something like this. So I'm really, really excited to implement that, because it gives everyone a plan of, okay, I need to be a presenter. I expect everyone here to present at some stage. Start with a short presentation, and the quality will continue to improve as we build that as a culture as well. Okay, it's Riley Sinclair. You're in the dark there a bit on the screen. You had your brother's name on the Zoom. I was wondering who Sam Sinclair was. We'll catch up next time, Riley. Good to see you. Ben, did you want to share something? You jumped on camera.
Yeah, legends. Awesome chat. Just been in the background actually building what Max and Anders got me to win the freak athlete thing. So there's only one of these in Australia. I believe it was maybe Stephen Kelly, but just showed up today and pretty stoked to have just built it, and garage gym complete. Legends. Awesome. Big wins, and awesome to hear everyone's success stories, and love what we're all talking about.
Epic. The freak athlete thing is something that Uncommon Success gave a big push to at the early stage as well. A lot of guys jumped in. Andreas worked with him for the reels for a long while. I was working with him on strategy. He rebranded from Courtside Fitness or something like this. I encouraged him to rebrand to Freak Athlete. He branded to Freak Athlete Equipment, I think it was. No, it's just pushing with Freak Athlete, but I think it's much stronger. My graphics team at the time worked on the colors and the logo and all that stuff. So the Freak Athlete brand is a cool brand, and that's like building the best, most innovative gym gear in the world, I think, and it's turning up at Ben Watson's house. So this is how it all feeds into each other. Sam's done a bunch of stuff as well with Benji. Benji's an amazing young businessman. Like it's really cool to see how much effort he's put into what he's doing and how well he's doing it. Yeah.
Stoked. Yeah, legends. Great fun. Great to be part of the summit. Awesome to share. It's one of the most powerful things to actually get in front of brothers that actually like want best from you. And yeah, I had that privilege, and it was absolute delight. There was no stress. It was just excitement to build the presentation and share what Uncommon sort of pushed towards me to do with my community of my business, Wild Potential, and yeah, getting that out and running. So grateful, stoked. Let's have a strong December. It starts now.
Love it. Final thought here. Like, we can have these micro connections in the Discord more often as well. I was on a Discord chat in Jeff's Discord. Jeff's a super point of wisdom as well. He's setting up Bitcoin miners. We could have an Uncom Bitcoin mining thing through things that he's setting up as well. Potentially, I haven't asked him about it yet, but he's it's doing like 5% a month. The Bitcoin mining stuff that he's set up, and it was fractionalized to the point where you could invest like from $200, which is pretty cool. We're always going to be better with building businesses, but it's also good to have some stuff that you're putting money into. That means you're always going to have resources. Buy things that you're never going to sell is a wealth philosophy. But yeah, we can. I want to do these weekly. We're going to have a few different times on the same day, and we're going to do them around those groups that we were talking about. And yeah, there's opportunity to have these little discussions on the Discord more often. I would encourage you, even when you do your Connect calls, you can use the Discord as well, and you'll be able to see each other more often and make these chats happen. There has been really good energy in there, and doing the deep disciplined action, committing to an hour of like, okay, I'm going to get this blog post done, I'm going to get it published, this kind of thing. It has been a big step forward for those who've used it. It does take discipline to be consistent and really apply yourself and focus when you're in there. But that would be the thing that I would leave you with. We've got other discipline system stuff coming. We've got like a book system of how to lay out your day. It's partly inspired by what Liam's been sharing with us, and there's stuff we've done before with bullet journal and stuff. But we're going to continue to innovate to make it easier to be more successful, faster, and continue to build the culture. Everyone here is playing a big part in it. So every success that you have, every Connect call that you have, there's always an opportunity to lift someone else up, give them an idea, give them a support, like a post, share a post, jump on a podcast. You imagine how strong this is going to be a year from now, 2 years from now. Everyone's doubled their income. Everyone's tripled their income. There's other men coming in. There's 1,000 men. There's double the villages. Like, it's not going to slow down. I've been part of these things before. I built a network marketing team up to 40,000 people. Once it got to 500, it was really easy. And Liam was part of that journey, and he saw, he was part of it. He was contributing, but he also saw what was happening there with my group and others. This is way cooler than network marketing, because it's your life rather than selling something, and it's like your dream product. And you get to keep it forever. It doesn't depend on anyone else. It doesn't depend on common success. Everything that you build is yours forever. Everything that you become is also yours forever. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that you want to be here. We've got to get traveling, get helping each other, take it to the next level. December, best month by far. We can see all the stats. If we have the most calls, we're soon going to be able to see if we make the most money as a network. We've had almost 10,000 calls now. I told that to someone today. Like, the app's a bit over a year old, I think. We've had almost 10,000 calls between us. Like, that's power. And, we're just getting started. It's 250 of us now. So well done. Have an amazing rest of your day. And, we see each other in the Discord, Telegram, Connect call, in the village. Talk soon. Thanks, gentlemen.